It's Pete from Cheap Homesteading, and I'm in the woods today, and we are going to expand the maple operation just a little bit this year. Last year, well, maybe 2 years ago, we tapped the whole west side of the bush, and it all runs into the big cube at the back of the property. But we ran buckets for the rest, and if you run buckets, it is a lot of work. Every night you run home, you come and dump the sap. So it kind of limited how much I could actually get because I have to be able to do it myself. This year I'm going to expand it a little bit, and I'm going to run a whole pipeline on the east side of the property. So basically I'm going to run a pipeline from the back to the front, and we're going to put a cube somewhere in the middle, somewhere close to the shack anyways, so where the sap's going to collect. So the day is getting away from me, so we at least need to get the pipeline installed. So let's go.
Here you go. This is what I use for my main line. It is PVC water pipe. It's the same kind of pipe you put under the ground to run from a well or whatever. It's the cheaper stuff. It's only 70 PSI or whatever. So this is what I'm going to use for the main line, and we're going to start running this through.
One thing I have learned, there's not much online about how to lay out your pipeline. There's a lot about tapping trees and all that, but there's not much about running your pipeline. Kind of like the height, the slopes. There's little bits of information all over the internet, like on forums and that. So I've kind of pieced it all together and done my best and set it up, and you learn little bits every year, you know, things that work and things that don't. So I definitely don't do everything right. I'm just a guy that is out tapping his trees in his backyard. So take that with a grain of salt.
Okay, so definitely we're going to need the snowshoes this year. It's gone crazy, the amount of snow, so.
The first rule is don't fight gravity. Pick the lowest spot you can find to run your sap to. Fighting gravity and trying to run lines at a different angle is just a lesson in futility. It'll just drive you nuts. So now I'm going to pick where we're going to put our tank. So the snow we had this year, it is crazy. So we're down to snowshoes and pulling what I need with a sled. So it's not the most ideal for sure.
The sugar shack is there, so it really isn't that far. And there's a little bit of a low spot right here. It's just naturally here. So every tree that's up there can run into it. And I'm going to run a pipeline that goes over there, and every tree over there can run into it. So I think I'm going to put my tank right here. This is about where the cube's going to sit. So the cube's about yay high. There's a lot of elevation coming off that hill. So I should have my foot and a bit of drop into the cube, which is what you kind of want. It's going to be a little less here, but I can run my line just a bit higher. So you got to find a decent sized tree to make an anchor tree. So I think that one will work just perfect.
So now you got this coiled mess. You take another one of the chains, another one of these stretchers, and we're going to pull it that way.
So basically when you unroll it, you got to keep turning the line to try to get all those curls out.
And whenever you stop and go back and check, make sure you tie it off, or this thing will end up
Flying back that way.
So basically I can give it another stretch, I'll give it a pull, And then we'll have to use the come along to extend it any farther than that. Okay, so we're going to tension this up. Okay, so now I got to go back and kind of move the line around. See if we can get the rest of the slack out of it. So now that I got it to the right level, I'm going to give it a few more pulls. Okay, so I forgot to bring enough bolts for the chain, so I'm going to run another chain to here, and then we're going to bolt it down, and that'll be the permanent chain that holds this end.
So there you go. We got tension on the line. Now we're going to have to run the next section all the way up here.
You know, I was trying to get cheap, and I thought somehow I could do it with only 3 stretchers, but these things are $30. They're expensive. I might have to see if I can go get more. I basically didn't get out here till late. I got a call and I had to go. So it makes it hard to get anything done around here. But I really do enjoy doing the maple syrup, so we just keep on keeping on. I think today all I'm gonna get done is get this line up. I didn't get started till noon. It just seems like everything works against me. I hope the temperature holds off getting too much warmer because I am far from ready. If it warms up, well, I'm in trouble. So anyway, so I'm working on this. I'll have this line strung and fairly good tension, and then I guess the next Saturday or the next time I can work on it, I'm going to run, it'll just basically be running taps.
My pipeline starts here. It goes down. Actually, it's kind of going up. I have to play with where the 2 lines connect, where we tensioned it. Probably have to go down another 6 to 8 inches there.
Today was a bit of a frustrating day. You know, when you have your day planned, everything's planned, you think I'm going to start on this early, and there's always seems to be something. It's either work or whatever it may be. Today was like that. You know, I wanted to get out there, and I wanted to get out there early, and I had visions. I had visions of this whole thing being done. Tapping trees, everything, you know, but you know, maybe it's unrealistic. But you know, when you lose half a day, kind of discourages you for sure, but you know what? So we're going to keep on plugging on, and we're going to get this done. I'm going to somehow, if it takes sheer willpower, we're going to get this done. So you guys have a good one.